Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to Joyful Living. Today, as the thumbnail promised, I'm going to share with you the 2 things that you are doing wrong with your home that is making your life a mess. And I'm really glad that you're here. Okay, so before I get into this video, you need to know a few basic things about me, especially if this is your first time watching my channel. I am a mom and a wife, and I have worked full-time until just a few years ago, and I have raised 3 boys, okay? So I know a thing or two about disastrous, messy houses. Not that I'm saying girls can't make a mess too, because we do really well. I'm just saying that when you have all boys and a husband and you have 3 kids in 3 years, it can be a bit of a challenge. The other thing you need to know about me is I actually have a personality where if my home is in chaos, my mind is in chaos. Now, I'm not talking about just a little bit of mess or a few piles here and there. I'm talking about when things get really cuckoo bananas out of control.
When you can't find anything, when nobody has any clean clothes to wear, when you can't find a clean glass.
That level of chaos really affects my mental balance. And I know I'm not alone. I know a lot of us share that. And especially right now, as we're all here together, the chaos can get out of control so fast it will make your head spin. We just are all here, right? So there's constant cooking, constant dishes, constant laundry, constant messes, and it can really start to mess with your head. But when the boys were little, now keep in mind, because I have a set of twins, I had 3 children in 3 years, okay? So when the boys were little, Scott was traveling, I was working, it was very hard for me to keep on top of all of the messes. And one day, and I believe I was helping one of the children clean their rooms for the 1 millionth time, I had an epiphany, and I shifted the way I look at how I keep my home, and it has changed everything for me. Now, it is not that we don't still get messy sometimes, we absolutely do, but boiling it down to these 2 things means that when it does get out of control, I can focus, I know what I'm supposed to do, I know I can get it done, I don't get overwhelmed, and I can very quickly get our home turned back around out of chaos and back into order, all right? So this is not rocket science, this is actually super simple. Garbage and laundry. Now, I know you're sitting there going, why is this so revolutionary? Well, let me tell you, because it's very easy when your home is messy to get down into the weeds, right? To start worrying about all of the paperwork and all of the stress and all of the life. And if you're like me, you get super overwhelmed and you don't know where to start. And when you don't know where to start, you tend to procrastinate. And when you procrastinate, you end up
watching Schitt's Creek on Netflix for 6 hours.
And when you're done watching Netflix, you hate yourself and nothing is accomplished, and then you end up eating a pint of ice cream. Maybe that's just me. However, when you feel like the house is in chaos and you can tell yourself, all right, Jen, time out. Or whatever, insert your name here. All right, whatever your name is, what can we do right now, right this second, about garbage and laundry? Now, I am not talking about your entire home will be ready for your mother-in-law to come over. I am not talking your entire home will be ready for you to throw a party, even if you could throw a party right now. I am just saying you're gonna feel like you have some semblance of control over your environment. So the very first thing we're gonna tackle is the garbage. Now, I know you're thinking, why do we have a lot to talk about when it comes to garbage? It's just garbage. Oh, but friend, we have a lot to talk about when it comes to garbage. The first mistake you're making when it comes to the trash in your home is you don't have adequate trash cans, and you don't have trash cans that are big enough. Case in point, most of you in your bathroom, okay, we're talking the master bathroom or the main bathroom of your home, have a trash can that looks something like this one. It's cute, it's little, maybe it goes next to the toilet. Oh, look, it's such a cute, teeny tiny little trash can. This does you no good. You generate so much trash in the bathroom, especially if you have young kids, especially if you're sharing it with a husband or young kids or all of the above. In your bathroom, the biggest game changer you can make is to get the largest garbage can that you can comfortably fit. Now for us, That means a tall kitchen garbage can that fits right underneath our sink. I always have adequate clean bags that are ready to go when I empty it. And what that means is I never run out of space to throw away trash, and I only need to empty that trash once a week. The amount of trash we generate in the bathroom is one of those things that most of us underestimate. So trash ends up on the counter, trash winds up on the floor. You know, it happens to everybody. Trash winds up inside my closet. Maybe it's, things from a dress that I bought, or maybe it's a bag, or maybe it's an Amazon package, whatever the case may be. Our master bathrooms or our main bathrooms work very hard in our homes, and we generate a lot of garbage there, and we need to make sure we have adequate trash receptacles in our bathroom. I'm telling you right now, if the only thing you get out of this video is you go to Target.com or Amazon.com and you order the biggest trash can that you can comfortably fit in your bathroom, it will change your life. It will completely change your life. Also, make sure you have an adequate sized trash can in your office, and make sure you have an adequate sized trash can in your kitchen. Kitchen garbage is unbelievably huge. What we have is a large, tall kitchen garbage in our kitchen. And then of course I have our recycling bins just right outside of the garage door, so that it's very easy for me to always have adequate space for recycling. But making sure that I'm always disposing of things as I go, whether I'm cooking or whether I'm cleaning, as people are using paper towels, all of those kinds of things. Empty packages. Do your kids ever just leave like empty cartons in the fridge, empty cartons in the pantry? Maybe that's just my kids. But if you can just get those things thrown out, that will make a huge difference. The second problem a lot of people have with garbage is they don't know when to identify something as garbage. And what I'm talking about are broken items, stained and ripped clothing, things that just don't function anymore. And yes, some of those things can be donated, which is why I always encourage everyone to have a nice big box somewhere in their home. Mine is in my garage, where they can just toss things to be donated, and then you can just take them in one trip to Goodwill or Salvation Army or wherever it is you like to donate things. But some of the things that you're putting into piles to maybe fix, maybe recycle, nobody wants them. And I always want you to find out how to responsibly recycle things when you can. But some of those things are just garbage. And I know it breaks your heart, and I know you want to be good to the environment, but nobody wants broken things. All right, now let's move on to number 2. I'm telling you, you guys can watch, you can enroll in all kinds of organizational classes. You can watch hours of videos on YouTube. If you just do these 2 things, your house is going to be neat and tidy. I promise. It just will. It's just magic. It just will be. All right. The number 2 thing that you have to keep on top of is your laundry. Now, there are several different stages to this, right? We have to, again, make sure we have a large enough place to put our dirty clothes. Because if you have a teeny tiny hamper and you have 2 people using it, or maybe even an entire family using it, and it gets filled up really quickly, and then the dirty laundry is going onto the floor. And if you're not a person that does laundry, every day, I certainly don't. I maybe do it twice a week. That's a problem. You want to make sure you have a large enough hamper to fit the amount of dirty clothes you put into it. The second thing is you have to stay on top of clothes every single day. That means putting away clothes that can be worn again. That means putting dirty clothes in the hamper. And it also means when you wash clothes that it is done in one cycle, that you're washing them, you're drying them, you're folding them, and you're immediately putting them away. And I realize that the discipline of that, and I don't always get it right. I mean, let me just say from the outset, I frequently get this wrong. Just the other day, I had a pile of clothes that I had not folded that sat on my couch for, I think, maybe 2 days, and it was really on my nerves. But if you let it get out of hand, this thing kind of happens. It's like a snowball effect, right? All of a sudden, you don't know what's clean, you don't know what's dirty, or you leave it in the washer and it starts to smell moldy if you live in Georgia, or you leave it in the dryer and all of a sudden everything is a wrinkled mess, and things that you normally would never have to iron, all of a sudden they just look terrible. All of the different things that can go wrong with your clothing. Now, when it comes to putting your clothing away, I am curious as to how many of us have had all of our clothes clean at the same time recently to even evaluate, do I have enough storage space in my closet and or in my dresser for all of the clothes that I own? Because if the answer to that is no, then you're never really going to feel successful when it comes to the laundry game. So if that is you, then you're going to want to purge. You're going to want to get rid of things. If there are things that you're not wearing at all anymore, you want to either recycle them or donate them or throw them away if they're ripped or torn. But if you have too many clothes for the available space you have to store clothes, it is a prescription for disaster, and you will always have clothing on chairs, on floors, in laundry baskets, and you will never feel like the laundry is completely caught up, okay? So you have to stay on top of laundry every single day. Now again, I'm not always great about this. Just today, in fact, before I went to shower to do this video, I stood in my closet and I went, oh dear, this is not gonna work, because I had a laundry basket full of clothes that were clean and folded, but they hadn't been put away. And I don't like taking clothes out of a laundry basket. I have plenty of space for all of my clothing, so I definitely needed to just stop what I was doing and maybe it took me 15 minutes to just sort through everything, put things away. My drawers could absolutely be neater, but because I don't have more clothing than what I can fit, it's really still easy for me to find things. So you may need to pare down your clothing to make this a little bit more easy to handle. Now, some of you, if you're like me, my husband does his own laundry, okay? I do the sheets and the towels and my laundry, and he does his own laundry, and my kids do their own laundry. So I don't have complete control over this situation. But for my husband, I have a basket that stays by his side of the bed because he frequently throws clothing on the floor. Well, I'm not gonna pick up after a 50-something-year-old man. I'm just not. He's a grown-up, but I don't like laundry on my floor, so I will pick it up off the floor and put it in the designated laundry basket. I don't know if they're clean. I don't know if they're dirty. Not my problem. And then when he can't find something, I can direct him to the laundry basket and he can deal with that however he wants, because I'm not going to pick up after grown-ups. So you may need to figure out a system if you live with someone that maybe isn't quite as excited about doing the laundry and staying on top of it as you are. But I promise you, if you get to the point where you can just make that a discipline, where every day, whether you do it first thing in the morning or maybe when you go to bed at night, you're just assessing the laundry situation. You're making sure that everything that is dirty is put with the dirty clothes, and that everything that is clean is folded and actually put away, and you do that in all one process. It will revolutionize your life. You won't have piles of laundry everywhere, and it will just go so far to making you feel like your home is at peace and in order. I realize for some of you, this might be super simplistic. For others of you, you know that during quarantine, your house has just been a mess and it's frustrating you and it's messing with your headspace. Whenever it comes to doing videos for you guys that are about like keeping our homes clean and neat, we need to know our why. And for me, my why is never that the house be perfectly clean or ready for a photographer to come over. My why is always that I have enough time for the people that I love. And that can only happen if we can find things, if we have clean clothes. Life is stressful enough right now. I want to do as much as I can to try to minimize that stress. And by keeping on top of the garbage and the laundry, I think you'll find that your home is a much safer, cleaner, and more civil place to be. I'm so glad you were here today. If you're not already subscribed and you like these kinds of videos, please make sure you go ahead and do that, and make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Can't wait to talk to you next time, and I hope you have a great day. Whatever you're doing, I hope you're finding joy. Bye-bye.